Good day to you. Now we're going to look into a chapter called Equal Opportunities. Why do you, as a student of MBA or a proponent of HR, need to understand what are equal opportunities? All employers need to understand what are the discriminatory laws, anti-discrimination laws available, and what are the practices that you as an employer or the HR folks or line managers should understand. What are the discriminatory practices in the workplace, how to avoid them, and how to give equal opportunities to a cross section of the society who need a job opportunity. A job is about development in life, so what are the best practices in diversity? This can be understood from this chapter, Equal Opportunities. Now, it is an approach to the management of people at work based on equal access and fair treatment, irrespective of gender, race, ethnicity, age, disability, and religious belief. It is a chance for all people to strive for betterment by gaining a job. So, equal opportunities is an approach to the management of people. It gives equal access and fair treatment without any discrimination. Now, women in employment. In the Indian context, there is an act, Equal Remuneration Act 1976, which says there should be equal pay for equal work. Now, there are several legislations across the world when it comes to removing discriminatory practices and pay when it comes to gender and different roles attached to it. So, this particular act deals with equal pay for equal work for men and women. Disabled people in employment. Disability is defined as a physical or mental impairment which has a substantial and long-term adverse impact or effect on a person's ability to carry out normal day-to-day activities. These are certain effects due to which normal operations cannot be carried out. So, this is defined as disability in the workplace context. Now, let us take a look at a video as to what a job means to disabled people and how everyday activity is different for them when it comes to a job environment.
I'm an accountant and I'm visually impaired, so to help me, my office supplies all my paperwork in large print.
I'm a builder and I have diabetes. My boss lets me have a few short breaks during the day so I can manage my blood glucose levels.
I'm a shop assistant and I'm a wheelchair user. My boss lowered my cash desk so I could work comfortably.
I work in IT. My office is on the 3rd floor. I have arthritis, so these stairs can sometimes be a bit tough. All my boss needs to do is to put my desk on the ground floor.
As employers, we can all make reasonable adjustments to help our employees and customers who are disabled. They needn't be expensive or time-consuming to implement.
Sometimes it's the smallest changes that make the biggest difference. For a practical guide, visit dwp.gov.uk/DDA.
Now, let us take a look at the reasons for the negativity towards disabled people in the workplace. These can be classified as myths. Disabled people are as good as any other people. They need equal opportunities. Now, let's take a brief look at what are the negative attitudes in the workplace. Now, it is considered that long periods off work for medical causes, disabled people take longer breaks, which is not the case. They are prone to accidents. They have poor skill levels, difficulties to adjust to the work environment for them and for the organizations to make the workplace friendly for disabled people. No, it is not easy to present disabled people to the customers. Now, these are the common negative attitudes towards engaging disabled people, which is completely wrong, and everybody knows that they are good as anybody you can get. Now, what is that employers have to do? They have to do the following changes in these areas. Now, you have to tune your recruitment policies to have flexibility and to accommodate people with disability. Now, your record keeping practices needs to have some flexibility for the disabled people. Training and development opportunities and even your regular training programs or your orientation programs should have some flexibility for the disabled people. Promotion and benefits, again, it should have consideration and the design should be sensitive enough to have promotions and benefits for this category of people. Now, age diversity and employment. It's a general feeling that the efficiency goes down as you grow old. Now, is it the case? Let's take a look at the discrimination against older workers. Now, what are the advantages of older workers? Now, with age comes wisdom. So they have plenty of experience and skills. They have seen the rise and the fall of many things. So they have obvious experience when it comes to the workplace. So reduced turnover and associated costs. It is generally assumed that they don't jump ship often when compared to the youngsters. So you have stability in tenure, and related turnover cost and replacement cost. So is obviously not there because they stick to an organization for a longer time. Better attendance and disciplinary records, since they've seen it all. So they have a stability of mindset, and they have better attendance, and disciplinary records are pretty good. Now, it's a common complaint that as you grow old, there's loss of stamina and strength when it comes to job performance. So with the advent of new technology and your rapid the flow systems wherein your processes are computerized with minimum intervention of physical ability and stamina, this doesn't really make sense because people are so good when it comes to handling the technology, especially the older people. With minimum amount of training, they can achieve the same levels of performance what your younger breed can do. Now, let's take a look at direct discrimination. This occurs when one interested group is treated less favorably than another in an obvious way. So what is indirect discrimination? It occurs when an employer applies a provision or a criteria or practice to men and women equally, but it has the effect of putting one sex at a particular disadvantage without justification. These are subtle forms of discrimination which on the obvious level or on a surface level doesn't look like discrimination at all, but results in actual discrimination for one particular group or one particular segment. Now, what is victimization? You may have heard about the term whistleblowing. So what happens to whistleblowers? Are they safe in an organization? So victimization occurs when an employer disadvantages workers because they have sought to exercise their legal rights or assisted others in doing so. So let's say, for example, an employee insists upon his rights, or he has joined a trade union, or he has done a good thing wherein he has done to the society by whistleblowing some activities in the organization. So he is victimized by the company. Harassment occurs, workplace harassment, when an employee is subjected to conduct that violates his dignity or creates an intimidating, hostile, degrading or offensive environment. It is no longer safe for that particular employee to work in an environment where he feels he cannot carry on his duties and responsibilities in a perfect and fair manner.